15.9. Haley Adams in lane 10. All eyes on the first place leader. Kayla Stefano, the two-time defending champion, will be directly to her left in lane 11. Stefano beating Adams each of the last 2 years by 26 combined points. Adams here in 2018, not being denied. She has won 9 of the 10 events so far and is in line, if she closes it out, to have the greatest single individual performance in CrossFit Games history.
Now, this is going to be really quick, so blink and you're going to miss it. Now, the complex. A number of athletes are going to go unbroken from the muscle up straight into the chest to bar and then straight into the pull-ups. Adams choosing to not do that. Now, if you want to hurt or have to hurt, now is the time to do it. If you've done Fran before in your life, which many CrossFitters have done, it is not a pleasant workout to do. Now, coming in and making it a little bit harder with those high-skill gymnastic movement, like the bar muscle up first and then the chest to bar, just makes that grip strength a whole lot worse. Keep in mind, we're doing it in the reverse order that Fran normally is, so the thrusters are last.
Kayla Stefano was the first to the barbell. The lone event that Haley Adams has not won this week was the 500-meter open water swim. Kayla Stefano won it. And Kayla Stefano is a champion in her own right. Listen, Haley Adams is not here this week without Kayla Stefano. It was the motivation of the defeats to the young lady on the left that pushed Haley Adams. She changed her training this year. She worked with Chris Hinshaw on her endurance, personalized coaching. She has taken a new approach. Stefano was pushing her again here in event 11.
Now, Kayla Stefano went unbroken on the first set, the 7 muscle up, chest to bar, and also the pull up. She's now starting to fatigue a little. Now, has Haley Adams' strategy coming in and breaking up those 7 bar muscle ups before she does the 7 chest to bar and 7 pull up going to work in her favor? It's only 5s now, so 5 bar muscle up, 5 chest to bars, and 5 pull ups. But we know Stefano is so quick on the pull up movement.
This is a 7-minute event, a sprint event. Jeremy, if you know anything about sprints,
yes, I do.
Anything can happen.
That's exactly right. Stefano with that beautiful sweeping butterfly pull-up movement for both chest to bar and the pull-up. It was very hard to take notice of when she did transition from the chest to bar down to the pull-up, but she did. The 10 reps straight, but now into the 15 thrusters, and lots of hip drive required here. The hips and the legs are absolutely smoked from the last 10 events that have gone on, and they've got to try and engage that core and use those hips as much as possible to get that barbell propelled over the head.
Stefano advancing that barbell. She is on now to her final round of complex Fran.
The bar muscle up has proven to be difficult on the 5s. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kayla Stefano do single reps here. Resting a little bit at the top, but she does not want to fail a rep. But Stefano getting them done.
Onto the chest to bar for Stefano. Adams onto the muscle ups on your right side of the screen. Adams came in with a 234-point lead. Those are the largest margins of victory in any division in CrossFit Games history. Matt Fraser is the fittest ever. Two-time defending champion. He looks like he's going to take the crown in 2018, and she is blowing his lead out of the water from a year ago. Now, if Stefano can beat her here, she will close that gap. Stefano will pick up the event win. But if Adams can close behind her, it will be a historic performance. Hand is up. Haley Adams. Stefano pushed her all the way. She was nearly perfect. Haley Adams isn't just the fittest on earth. She's the fittest teen in history.
absolutely outstanding performance from the young lady who has dominated the field, and the emotion starting to flow. It's been a big week.
Stefano, the event win in 3:59. Adams in 4:19 unofficially. There's a difference in 10 points there, as Faith Ferguson finishes through her thrusters. Adams' margin of victory will go down as the largest single margin of victory by an individual, masters, teen, or team in CrossFit Games lore. Chloe Smith fighting for a podium here. Entered the event in 3rd place, the champion from a year ago as a 15-year-old. Over the bar, and Smith in the clubhouse. That is an 11th place for Smith. Only 28 points. Devin Kim came in 3rd. We'll have to watch how the back end of the podium squares up. 6 minutes into our 7-minute time cap, Jeremy.
That was so fast.
What we just witnessed over the last 5 days has been incredible.
And I know Matt Fraser's done amazing things with the individual competition. We've not seen that dominance in the teenage division in the years that it has been here at the CrossFit Games. Wow.
Haley Adams finished 11th in the Atlantic Regional as well, as we have now 30 seconds left in the event.
Do you put a wager on for her to come here next year as an individual?
Her goal is that. It's never happened. No teen has made the jump the next year to the open division at the Games. As Tessa Marquette, the Floridian, trying to beat the time cap here with 10 seconds. Haley Adams might be the one.
The enigma.
Marquette finishes. Kayla Stefano closes on a high note, an event win for the 2-time defending champion. Nothing to sneeze at. Stefano will be on the podium this year. Phenomenal performance by her. She just ran into a buzzsaw in Haley Adams. This was an awesome weekend in this division.
Stefano so quick with that butterfly chest to bar, butterfly pull up, resting a little, if you can call it a rest, onto the thrusters. But it was, once she got out in front, the smaller stature and that fast cycle rate of those pull-ups made sure she stayed out in front, but she battled all the way, but she just couldn't get there this year. The former champ winning in event number 11.
Everyone knows Matt Fraser's name. They will soon know Haley Adams. She comes in 2nd in the event, but most importantly, she comes in 1st in the Games. She's down with Nikki.
What a whirlwind of a week. Near perfect record. A little bit emotional. What are you thinking right now?
The past 2 years, it's been really hard to take it. But this just shows me that was the small picture, and this is the big picture, and I'm just so blessed.
Been working so hard. We've actually never seen a teenage division competitor age out and then qualify for Games, but is that a goal for you?
I will be at the Games next year.
Congratulations on your big victory.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Congratulations, Haley. Jeremy, I got to be honest, too. This has been a week of people calling their shots and hitting the target. That's the final shot called. And I'm not going to be surprised at all if you and I are standing back here in 2019 and she nailed that target.
Absolutely, and I am going to put a wager on right now if she has just said that. She has been so dominant, not just in a few events, every event. There wasn't a movement, there wasn't a rep scheme, there wasn't a time domain that was outside of Haley Adams' realm. She nailed everything.
She won 9 of the 11 events at this competition. The all-time career record for wins in the teenage division. Not a single year, but career was 9. Haley Adams puts up the most dominant performance we have ever seen from one person, and it's just getting started.
That is probably the scariest thing ever, is a few different odd objects this year, different movements this year, but she's obviously done her homework with all of that training to ensure there were no holes, because she mentioned in the interview the last 2 years has been quite difficult to come in second place to Kayla Stefano, but she wasn't going to let that stop her this year.
Dream big, young ladies across the world. Haley Adams saying, hey, it never occurred to me that girls shouldn't have muscles. She flexed them this week, big time.
Looks like the scores are tallied, and I don't think it's any new news to her. With 1,080 points, your 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games champ in the 16, 17-year-old female division, Haley Adams. What a dynamite performance here all week long. Make sure you come back here and support all your athletes later on this afternoon at our awards ceremony. But don't go anywhere. Competition here in just about 5 minutes.
Inside the age group pavilion at the Alliant Energy Center, it's the teenage boys 16 and 17 division, the final event. Event number 11. It's an oldie but a goodie with a twist. Complex Fran, Jeremy Austin, Joel Gadet, Nikki Brazier down in the field. Glad to have you along with us. Complex Fran with a twist of what?
21-15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups. It's only a bit of a change. We've got bar muscle-ups, chest to bar pull-ups, and then normal pull-ups. 7s in the first round, 5 in the second, and 3 in the third. These gentlemen, 95 pounds, or about 42.5 kilos, 7 minutes. My normal Fran time, but these guys are going to do it in about half that.
Dallin Pepper was in 5th place after day 1, and he has been in first place ever since. He is in lane 10. Noah Casey was your day 1 leader. He is still in the podium hunt. 5th place overall right now, occupying lane 7. Dylan Cade is a guy to keep an eye on. Down in lane 17, the lone Irishman, Tig Lawless, has had himself a good back end of the weekend too, after a tougher start. Dallin Pepper, eyes on the prize, back-to-back crowns.
What a beast already. He did call his shot. He didn't have a great start coming in 5th, but once he said, these events are going to suit me, and they have, but he is going all out for another event win.
Underway for Complex Fran, over 7 minutes of action. You want these guys to go unbroken.
That'd be nice. I can't even go unbroken with Fran normally. So unbroken Complex, the 7, 7, and 7. I spoke to Dallin. What he said was he's going to do was going to break up the bar muscle ups. So he's going to do 7 bar muscle ups first, but then go 7 chest to bars and 7 pull-ups. He's going to do that for the 3 sets. So when he gets into the 5s, he'll break it the 5 bar muscle ups, and then do the 10 reps, and then the 3 and the 6. But he said the thrusters, they're unbroken.
Dallin Pepper has 1 more rep. We mentioned Tig Lawless in the lane assignments. He is actually the first guy to get to the thrusters in this event. Dallin Pepper, unofficially your champ at this point when you look at it statistically. He just has to make sure he gets through this event. But the battle for third is the one to keep an eye on. That 8-point difference, Cade overcoming Elwell this morning in event 10.
Who's just left of a screen without the shirt on. I had a little bit of trouble with that sandbag a few hours ago. I mentioned on the way into today, it was all his to lose. But he's doing all he can to gain back those crucial points and put himself back in contention for a podium spot.
Elwell walks his way back to the bar. Let's talk about walking back to the bar versus jogging versus running back to the bar. How much of it is catching your breath, and how much of it is how badly do you want it?
If you've done Fran at any stage, I don't know about anyone else, but there's no running anywhere. You need to recover at some point, but also you want to get this event done before that lactic acid buildup is there. Because once it does hit, it does start to slow you down. Now, Elwell and Cade, we know Cade has got a massive engine, and he said events like this were going to really suit him. Now, coming in 3rd position, he can really cement this podium spot. Ramirez in the pink shorts to the left, just ahead of him.
Games champion of 2015 in the teenage division, Vincent Ramirez. Tough start to his weekend. He's come on strong since. A 2nd place finish this morning in event 10, the core couplet.
It's funny that Dallin Pepper was the last person of the 7 bar muscle up, chest to bar pull up, and pull up. He's now level pegging with Vincent Ramirez and trying to chase down Dylan Cade, who is powering on those 3rd and last bar muscle up done. So the strategy breaking them up is working perfectly for all of them. because there hasn't been many no reps yet. Great pull of those hips up to the bar and extend.
Here comes Dylan Cade looking for a podium. Nathan Clifton is already on the thrusters. He could steal 10 points from Cade. Clifton came in 6th place. Drops the bar. Nathan Clifton, another event win, his 2nd of the games. Now Cade has fought through knee issues. He's mastered it. And Dallin Pepper closes his coronation. Elwell finishes behind him. 6th place for Elwell. 4th for Pepper. Vincent Ramirez in 7th. Dylan Cade with the 2nd place finish. May very well have put himself on the podium. Seven-minute time cap here. Still a little bit of work to go. Dylan Cade, torn meniscus in his knee in 2016, in August of 2017, again during the online qualifier. Not sure what he's going to do about it after the games, but he felt okay. That's an understatement. Dylan Cade accomplished what he came here to do. So did the man in the green top, Dallin Pepper.
You get this air of confidence about these young men and young women coming through these age divisions. And they go, yep, I'm going to do this. And then they follow it up and do it. When I was a teenager, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Tyler Anderson conquering the thrusters in the blue.
Dylan Cade, what a way to finish your week. Reebok CrossFit Games.
The podium coming in was Pepper, Ramirez, and Cade. And there's no reason to think we should see much shakeup there. Dallin Pepper, though, has indeed cemented himself a back-to-back CrossFit Games championship.
And Elwell had it all to do to stay in that top 3 at the start of the day. What a great race it was. All athletes choosing to break up the bar muscle ups and then continue on with the chest to bar and the pull-ups. All athletes using that smooth butterfly pull-up position. But it was the speed of the thrusters that got Clifton over the line, and he accelerated in the 3s. And then to the 9 thrusters to finish up, and absolutely pumped. Clifton, what an exceptional performance from him.
Pretty good performance from Dallin Pepper, too. And he's a champion with Nikki.
That's right, he is a champion. You said that you set out to prove that even at 16 you can stand on top of that podium, and you did. How did you pull that off this week?
Every day during training, I pictured myself here, and with the kids that were out there next to me, and it pushed me that much harder. So.
I know that you've dedicated a lot to CrossFit in the last year, especially sort of leading off other sports, other extracurriculars. Is that how you plan to continue training here?
Yeah, I fell in love with CrossFit when I started it, and I just love it. So.
You've got so much ahead of you. What other things are you kind of like planning on in life in terms of school, in terms of other things that you do?
I want to go to college and get some degree in exercise science, something along those lines, because it interests me. Regionals next year, I'll be there. So.
Well, congratulations on your big win.
Thank you so much.
Dallin Pepper, we are 2 for 2 on shot calls for 2019. Dallin Pepper, not to go unnoticed, and we really didn't talk about it a ton just because of how dominant he was. He's going to be back in this division next year. This is his first year. He aged up, and a lot of the athletes we've talked to that are 17 said, hey, listen, when I was 16 and I came here last year, there was an adjustment from the lower division.
Not so much Dallin Pepper. Now, is Dallin Pepper going to be able to do next year what Haley Adams has done this year?
He's certainly set the table.
If he doesn't make regionals and or qualify for the games as an individual, who knows what 12 months can bring for this young man.
It's never happened, but certainly as the teenagers continue to excel, training continues to grow, focus for some of these young men and ladies continues to come onto CrossFit. It's bound to happen sooner or later. Dallin Pepper, 2 times a CrossFit Games champion.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's with my pleasure to announce your winner of the Teenage Boys 16 and 17-year-olds with 824 points. Make some noise, Madison, for your Teenage Boys champion, Dallin Pepper.
Masters game, 35 to 39, heading out to the competition floor. Heading down to lane number 1, Kevin Jones. Lane number 2, Adam Izzo. Lane number 3, Bradley Alcott. Lane number 4, Gregory Hong. Lane number 5, Justin King. Lane number 6, Ben Alderman. Lane 7, Travis Stetzel. Over in lane number 13, Philip Connect. Lane 14, Cole Marshburn. Lane number 15, Joel Fran. Lane 16, Danny Nichols. Lane number 17, Michael Lavalier. Lane number 18, Landon Brazel. Lane 19, Ryan Woodall. Lane number 20, Costas Papadopoulos. Down in lane number 12, in fifth place, going into this event, Eris Polkin.
Crowning the fittest on earth in the Masters divisions here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games, men's 35 to 39, event number 11. Complex Fran here at the Age Group Pavilion. Jeremy Austin, Nikki Brazier down on the floor. Joel Gadet, glad to have you along with us. How do we twist Fran for this one?
Complex Fran, this is the 11th test for these Masters over the whole week here in Madison. For time, we got 7 bar muscle ups, 7 chest to bar, 7 pull up, 21 thrusters. We'll do 5, 5, 5 and 15, 3, 3, 3 and 9. The reverse order of the normal Fran. It is the same weight, however, 95 pounds or about 42.5 kilos. 7-minute time cap, but these guys well and truly are going to go sub 4. Bold prediction, I think.
Kyle Kasperbauer is your leader. He is leading by more than 100 points, so barring disaster and he not finishing the event, he pretty much has this thing locked up. But it's an interesting battle for the podium. Joel Levay is in second. He is in lane 11. You saw Kyle Kleinschmidt in lane 9. 142-point lead for Kyle Kasperbauer, trying to become the first back-to-back champion in the Masters Division 35-39.
I'm going to put a wager on right now that he will, and he will win this event.
Underway with Complex Fran. It's also just the second year of the 35-39 Masters grouping.
But if you're going 2 and 2, that's okay. Way to call your shot. Is he going to do Rashawn Ramirez? That's the biggest one we're going to worry about.
Well, he's got to do muscle ups, chest to bar, and regular pull-ups first. Break down this thing for me.
Strategy really, really important with the bar muscle up, chest to bar pull up and pull up. Kyle choosing to jump down from the bar muscle ups. If you can go unbroken, you are going to get this thing done a lot quicker. Kyle breaking it up into 3 different sets. And if you're wanting this title, or if you want to sit on that podium at the end of today, you are going to have to go to that place of hurt. And we know worldwide that when you do Fran, you hurt pretty bad. This is just that little bit worse.
Cole Marshburn in the blue shirt with the blue headband. Joel Brand is in the blue shirt immediately in front of you. Starling on the outside looking in at that podium. He would have to do well with Kleinschmidt and Joel Levay tumbling. But they can certainly flip-flop between second and third. 7-minute sprint. Joel Levay back to the bar for the muscle-ups. His favorite workout of all time is open workout 17.3. It's a chest to bar snatch ladder. So this event's in his wheelhouse, and you can see his chest knocking off the bar. The chest does have to touch the bar. We saw Kasperbauer catch a no rep on his first set.
Did notice that he did start doing his butterfly chest to bar pull-ups where that body sweeps through, but he got caught halfway through the chest to bar pull-ups and had to revert to a normal kipping pull-up. But once he got that first kipping pull-up out of the way, straight back to work with a butterfly and then seamless transition into those pull-ups. But the battle for the podium, Kleinschmidt, can he hang on to that third place that he has at the moment? Can he sneak into second? It's only a 10-point gap for Jolivet. But Kasperbauer getting to work in the pink shorts.
Jolivet rolls his bar forward first. So he is in the lead, trying to secure second with Kleinschmidt behind. Jolivet's second time to the CrossFit Games has already picked up his first career event win this year. He was 13th a year ago. Can he jump all the way up to second?
A little bit of a stumble from Jolivet on the riser underneath the pull-up bar. But the race is on now.
Travis Stetzel has also made his way to the thrusters. He was first. Starling is there as well. Jolivet is being pushed by Philip Kniep to his right. Kniep drops the bar. Race to the line. Kniep! Jolivet went head first. The timing chip is on your ankle. It was a Ross Palkin, I stand corrected, who got in 0.04 of a second ahead.
How close was that race to the line? It was all on the timing chip in their feet. If it was head over the line, Jolivet gets it. Oh, what a tight race to the finish. It was like the last 10 seconds, it was like 10 finishes.
Kasperbauer winds up 8th. It's no bother. He had a big enough cushion. Palkin came in overall in 5th. So 100 points for Ross Palkin, and he winds up having himself quite the games. His second event victory.
Fran getting those chest to bar pull-ups and those pull-ups completed. And we know how strong he is from shoulder to overhead. So not a whole lot of hip drive happening for Joel Brand. 300 pounds from shoulder to overhead on day 2 of competition. No thrust is easy for him.
Palkin with the first place finish there. Will podium.
Plate's on a rest, right? Plate's on a rest.
Pain for Justin King.
But he's pretty pumped, I think, to be finished. Got some battle scars to take home with him.
Palkin wins the event and will make his way to 3rd. Take a look at how it happened.
The first part of it, a lot of strategy going on. How do you break these bar muscle up, chest to bar pull-ups and pull-ups up? Jolivet got into a great rhythm and rested a lot on those thrusters. But Palkin, just to the right of the screen in the blue shorts, just following Jolivet back for the final round. But Jolivet trying to hold him off, hot on his tail, Palkin, and the race for the thrusters was on. And if you won't see a closer finish than this, and if Jolivet gets that foot first instead of the head first, he gets the win and knocks the barrier out, pushes the people away. But whoa, what an incredible finish. Ross Palkin, under half a second involved, 1v2. It doesn't even look like he's done anything.
So Palkin gets his spot in 3rd after winning event number 11. Overall leader, though, is Kyle Kasperbauer. How about flying under the radar? Just his 2nd event win. He wins overall, and he's with Nikki.
We were just saying that we haven't done many of these interviews because there haven't been many other wins, but that really wasn't necessary in order to climb to the top of the podium. You said that was fun. What did you mean by that?
Oh, it was a fun workout. It got a little grippy, but just the intensity. The whole weekend was just a lot of fun, and the division, the gentlemen that I was competing against, the dads, the workers, I love it. So a lot of fun this weekend.
Going into this season of CrossFit Games, how much of it was your goal to become a back-to-back champ?
That was the only goal. It was the reason that I started training after last year, fully just committing myself to the Masters division, to the 35 to 39, not looking back at all, and it paid off. It was a lot of fun again. The people that I competed with, the guys, they're great. Every single one of them, class acts.
We've seen your family on the sidelines. Your kids are here. They made some signs for you. What does that mean for you?
Well, that means so much. My wife, she kept it a secret, and then when I was walking out yesterday, I saw the signs, and my kids holding them up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this right now. I gotta focus. But no, that's love right there. I love my children. I love my family. I love my fans. So I love the CrossFit community. This is great. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
Kyle Casper Bauer wins again, and I fully get the emotional bit with your kids when you're trying to focus on an event and then something like that pops up. But what a great 4 days of competition for Kyle Casper Bauer, with only 2 wins, as you mentioned, Joel, but enough to propel him for his second championship in the second year of the 35 to 39 Masters division.
Kyle Casper Bauer, back to back. We'll bump it up an Andrew. Neil Maddox will try to claim his first CrossFit Games crown. That's coming up next.
Right here is going to do it. Anybody with Ramirez? You guys better get on your feet. Put your arms up. Here we go. We might have to try that one again, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think that's all I had. That's about a 30-meter walk. Goodness. No offense, fellas. So since we're all hyped up, it is with absolute pleasure to introduce your 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games 35 to 39 champion, 820 points. I love saying this name, Kyle Casper Bauer.
Berger. Currently sitting in 5th place with 434 points. David Johnson. In 4th place with 556 points. Jason Grubb. In 3rd place with 614 points. David Levy.
Neil Maddox has been to the CrossFit Games now 8 times, but has never won a championship. It's event 11 in the men's Masters 40-44 Complex Fran here at the Age Group Pavilion, the Lion Energy Center, the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. This could very well be Neil Maddox's coronation. Jeremy Austin, Joel Gannett, Nikki Brazier, Complex Fran. It's Fran with a twist.
It sure is, and a nasty twist at that. 7 bar muscle ups, 7 chest to bar pull-ups, and 7 pull-ups, then followed by 21 thrusters. We'll proceed with 5, 5, and 5, and a 15 thruster set. Then into the 3s and a 9 thruster set. The difference with this and Fran is they've swapped the movements over to make it a little bit nastier. 95 pounds, 42.5 kilos on the barbell, and 7-minute time cap.
Neil Maddox, your leader in lane 10. David Levy fighting for a podium in 3rd place right now. He's in lane 9. Lane 11 belongs to the 4-time defending champ in this division, the Ram, Sean Ramirez. Neil Maddox was 2nd in the Masters 35-39 a year ago. His best finish in the Open division was 9th back in 2013. Speechless yesterday, could not find the words to describe what a championship would mean for him. Head to the bar first, and as best you can, Jeremy, unbroken.
Oh, it's all about a race. We know Fran is a very quick workout. This event is just going to get really nasty really fast. So if you can get this done unbroken, that is going to be a massive key. A number of athletes choosing to break up the bar muscle up, but then going into the chest to bar and the pull up in one complete set. So 7 reps to start and then a complete 14 before they move on to the thrusters. If you got to go, you got to go, but you got to go to that place of hurt if you want to get onto that podium. And one of those guys on the podium is David Levy at the moment.
David Levy, the South African, a Masters rookie, former Open Division Games competitor in 12 and 13, has shown really well for himself, and man, he is just pumping out the thrusters. Sean Ramirez on the right, the 4-time defending champ, was going for the clean sweep in this division. He just ran into Neil Maddox, who does have enough points coming into this event that as long as he completes it, he'll have the championship wrapped up. But the respect between those two men that we saw yesterday, Neil Maddox said, listen, he's a champion. He showed he's a champion, and I have never had more respect than I do right now for Sean Ramirez.
Oh, it was just an incredible battle back and forth, and the support that Sean Ramirez has got here, not just in the event, but also over the last 4 years. There's the army of blue, plenty of Ramirez shirts around, and he wants to finish on a high. He knows the title has slipped away, but that doesn't mean he's going to put the foot off the pedal. And just, they have sat here the entire week and cheered for Sean Ramirez. He is such a very big family man, but such a great competitor. And Neil, touched on that yesterday.
His kids are important to him too. He says, hey, I'm getting older, I'm dad, but I'm still cool enough that my kids love to come stand on the podium with me here. Neil Maddox cranking out these thrusters. Once a CrossFit Games championship. He's never had one, although he told us yesterday too, it's not for him.
No, he's
his
got other
mind's in
people
a
in
different
mind.
place. Yeah. About a week and a half ago, his mother went to the hospital. A shout out to Patricia Maddox back in California. Suffers from emphysema, asthma from years of smoking. The air quality with all the wildfires in California has been tough for her. She's been in the hospital. Neil actually thought there was a time he was going to have to withdraw, leave and go back and tend to her. She is his world. Patricia Maddox was a single parent growing up. Neil saying she was mom, she was dad, she was everything. You only get one mom. Didn't grow up with a lot, relied on love with each other. Neil Maddox winning for himself, which is huge, but man, does he want this for Patricia Maddox.
Maddox now onto those last 9 thrusters. He has put some distance between him and Ramirez, but the Ram is on the warpath.
Neil just got a no rep, but now back into a groove. Sean Ramirez cranking them out. You can see the barbell moving just off screen right, and now there is the Ram. Neil Maddox drops the bar and finishes for the first time. Neil Maddox is a CrossFit Games champion, and Sean Ramirez pushed him the whole way. Tim Timmel finishes in 3rd.
Ramirez, he'll be here for a while if he's going to thank all his supporters. Ebert's stumbling over the line, as does Johnson. Oh, no better sight. I think it just got a little bit of dust in here. Someone's cutting up onions.
He doesn't have to wait for the podium to hang out with his kids. Got one cool dad. It's a sprint event, 4.5 minutes on the clock, 7-minute time cap.
Gladiators all week.
Former team competitors years back. And look at Neil Maddox saying hey to the Ramirez supporters.
He has thanked everybody in every position, volunteers, judges, signage staff, scorers, everybody that's been here volunteering. He has gone and thanked not only just them, but also his fellow competitors. True gentleman, Neil Maddox.
2 minutes left of work going on behind Neil Maddox. Joe Corvo.
I've really been impressed with Joe Corvo this week.
Games rookie Joe Corvo is done.
He'll be back.
Most famous